If you didn't see the last episode, check it out. We are back talking about Their Stories, Their Voices from Courtney Hake and Hake Timmerman. Awesome book, really revolutionizes how I think about designing, especially ELA curriculum, but honestly a lot of other things too. I love the inclusion of some of the components, which again, we talked about in the previous video. Now we want to home in on one particular thing, which is the craft move chart. So they talk about really making sure we're identifying the skills the students are growing and like thinking about those moves very specifically as you plan to introduce them to students. So let's look at the chart that you can use to do this in your planning and then ultimately to teach with students. Move chart. So here's an example. Like, let's just take a look, and you can print this, you can find this. We'll drop the link to the description for this chart. You could also just make a poster for yourself or a planning doc in an Excel sheet or Google Doc. So here's the name of the move. Here's an example they give. So this might be statement dash question is kind of what they've named it. It is a language type of move. You show what it looks like in action. So this is a great place for those mentor texts where you've identified in your regular reading what is an interesting illustration of this type of move. So this is also a place I like to have it on my notes app where you can kind of categorize and just paste right in this column and then you can build out the rest later. And then this is how you might explain the move to a student. So right here's statement dash question. I use my hands every day for things like opening pickle jars and shaving my head. Dash. How hard could it be to hang up a stuffed duck? Question. Right? So you have a statement, you have a dash here, and you question. And you can name it whatever you want. I think this is just what they named it. And then to explain the move to students, right? This occurs when a writer makes a statement and emphasizes the point by connecting it to a rhetorical question with a dash. So you're elaborating a little bit. It's not just any question, it's a rhetorical question. You're having that connecting feature. And really the point here is emphasis. We're emphasizing a point, we're doing it this way. So again, you can download this and add your own, but I love the idea of planning intentionally with this in mind. And again, I would use this as a notes app. So this particular column might just be all that's in your notes app. You just kind of do this and then you could copy and paste what's in here onto a chart like this once you're at your computer or something, but you're kind of collecting as you go through your daily life some of those craft moves and then naming them later. If you're an ELA teacher, go ahead and use it. If you're a different content type of instructor, like social studies or even science or math, I think you could also do this, right? If you're math, you're thinking about like where in the world is this point that I want to illustrate, this particular math approach, right? And then I could kind of name it or connect it to an existing name or formula, right? And then think about how I want students to use this. I love the idea of just bringing in real life examples, connecting it to the thing you're trying to teach and doing it kind of intentionally ahead of time. I like thinking about this over the summer or anytime you're on break. As you kind of go along, you collect, and then when you're planning a particular unit, you just pull on what you already have and you don't need to do all of the research in the moment as like kind of a scramble to the finish.